earth, fire, air. Innuendo? Even though The Legend of Korra aired on Nickelodeon, there was definitely some parts of the show that flew over the heads of young, impressionable minds. From naughty jokes that slipped past the censors to movie references you never noticed until you grew up, Avatar: The Legend of Korra is chock full of stuff kids won't realize at first viewing. I'm Whitney Van Laningham, and today we're looking at all the hidden jokes and references in Korra that we missed as kids. Before we uncover all the hidden jokes in Legend of Korra, I want to give a shout out to all the nerds supporting us over on Patreon. If you want to help make Nerdwire possible and get access to exclusive content, you can check out the link to our Patreon in the description or click the join button below to become a Nerdwire member through YouTube. Our first round of perks is coming up soon, so join now so you don't miss out. Now back to the jokes! Number 10. During the pro bending tournament, everyone's romantic emotions are running high. After Mako turns down Korra when she asks him on a date, Korra agrees to go out with his little brother Bolin to have some fun. During their date, they're approached by one of the opposing team's waterbenders. Tano is slimy as heck, and clearly the a-hole of the group, so naturally, he has a super creepy pickup line to drop on Korra.
You know, if you'd like to learn how a real pro bends, I could give you some private lessons.
You want to go toe-to-toe with me, pretty boy?
Put your dick back in your pants, pretty boy. You haven't won the tournament yet.
He's a nasty dude.
Number 9. Even though it's the day of his coronation, Wu doesn't seem like he's ready to lead the Earth Kingdom. He does seem like he's ready to be a backup dancer for Miley Cyrus, though.
You sure that's the guy you want running the Earth Kingdom?
Trust me, we'll be sending a delegation of experienced advisors to handle day-to-day governing.
I'm not sure if he's doing the time warp or participating in a particularly vigorous Richard Simmons workout, but either way, that's some good pelvic thrusting. Also, if you check out this little move right here, it might look familiar. That's because it's a Beyonce original, a Run the World dance to be specific. Hold up, they don't love you like I love woo. Slow down, they don't love you like I love woo. Number 8. Okay, this one's kind of interesting. If you watch my jokes in Avatar video, or just Avatar in general, you'll remember a joke about Aang's instrument that probably had nothing to do with actual music.
I also have this great new nutcracker. It's a delicate instrument!
When Mako bends the hot tub water past its boiling point, Bolin says a callback to the original joke.
Hurts, doesn't it? Ow, my instrument!
I don't even have a wiener, and that still hurt me.
As an actor, my body is my instrument.
Oh, and speaking of Mako, the story behind his name is actually really sweet. After the voice actor who played Iroh in the original series passed away, the creators wanted to find a special way to honor him. His name was Mako Iwamatsu, so they ended up naming the character after him.
Life happens wherever you are, whether you make it or not.
Number 7. When Mako goes to pick up Bolin from the bar the next morning after Korra sees the two of them kissing, Bolin is obviously pretty slizzard.
Taking you home, bro.
Don't call me that. You're not my brother. You're a brother betrayer.
I get that he's surrounded by noodle bowls, but that boy is straight up white girl wasted. Takes one to know one, man. Don't believe me? You don't puke in the middle of battle if you didn't stay up all night hitting the bottle.
Oh, that has got to sting! And Bolin loses his noodles.
Gross. Number 6. Ooh, this one's kind of fun. Remember this scene from The Empire Strikes Back?
I'm not looking for a friend. I'm looking for a Jedi Master.
Jedi Master? Yoda. You seek Yoda.
You know him?
This scene in Legend of Korra, where Korra meets Toph in the Foggy Swamp, looks almost exactly like Luke's first meeting with Yoda on the Dagobah system. Look, she's even making root leaf stew!
I can't believe it. Toph?
Nice to see you again, Twinkle Toes.
I always get really excited about Star Wars Easter eggs, y'all.
Look, I found Kylo Ren's lightsaber.
Whoa.
Look at it up close.
Dude, that thing looks dangerous, man. Poorly made, like a little kid made it.
Then you don't have to look at it anymore!
Number 5. Everyone knows that Wan was the very first Avatar, but after doing some research, I was surprised to find out that his character is actually based on a story from Greek mythology.
Are you Rava?
No.
but I can help you find her. My name is Juan, and I will show you how I became the first Avatar.
Alright, so here's Juan's backstory. He was basically an Aladdin type of guy, aka Juan steals only what he can't afford. And that's everything.
You're dead, Juan. Actually, I feel quite alive.
One day, Juan was caught stealing from the prominent Chow family, and they imprisoned him by throwing him in a pen with hybrid pigs.
No one steals from us.
During his time in pig jail, he devised a plan to gain more power and shared it with the impoverished people of the city. He got out, met up with a gang of hunters, and decided to learn how to garner food outside of the city. To do this, the hunters must brave the spirit wilds where the lion turtle lives, and gain the power of firebending. After gaining his new power, Juan ran away back to the city, where he shared his cool new fire tricks with his friends.
What did you do? You can't steal from the lion turtle?
Really? Because I just did.
He's eventually caught and banished to the spirit wilds permanently by the lion turtle, but he did get to keep his firebending powers, so it wasn't a total loss.
Give back the fire you stole!
I will allow you to keep the power of the element.
What does this have to do with Greek mythology? Okay, so there's this guy Prometheus, right? And he's kind of a trickster. Personally, I think that the gods only called him a trickster because he was messing with their weird incestuous baby-eating plans, but I wasn't there, so I don't really know. As a symbol of culture, progress, and intelligence, Prometheus is most notably recognized for the time he stole fire from the gods and gave it to humankind so that our race could advance. But, like Juan, Prometheus is caught and punished. The gods make him lay out on a rock where a bunch of ravens eat his liver every single day, and then it just grows back overnight. First of all, I would kill for a regenerating liver. And second of all, eesh, that does not sound like a fun time.
Hey, stop!
Number 4. Alright, is it just me or does this conversation between Mako and Two-Toed Ping sound less like relationship talk and more like locker room talk?
What? Why are you so weird about it? If I was dating the Avatar, I'd tell you all about it.
There's nothing to know.
Okay, the way he asked that, there's no way he wanted to hear about Korra's hopes and dreams. He was totally implying that he wanted Mako to dish on the sex, yo. And hey man, I get it. I kinda wanna know what it's like to get with an Avatar.
Sure he did.
Yeah, I did too. All right, will you guys knock it off and do your job?
Number 3. As a huge horror fan, this is probably one of my all-time favorite Easter eggs in Legend of Korra. In this episode, the restraints the Earth Queen and her henchmen used to subdue Korra are exactly like those used to confine everyone's favorite cannibalistic serial killer. No, not Jeffrey Dahmer, the other one.
Dr. Hannibal Lecter.
Luckily, no one made Korra slather on the Jurgens while she was locked up.
Can I have some water?
No water. We're also not going to bring you any rocks or fire, so don't ask. I guess there's air, but there's nothing we can do about that.
Number 2. When Naga stars in the Nuktuk Movers, his character Rotan has a speech impediment that causes him to say Nuk in front of normal words. When his raccoon friend Juji dies in the Mover, his grief-stricken character says this.
But wait! Where's Juji?
Nuk, no!
God damn it, am I gonna have to start saying Nuk no like Rotan to comply with the new YouTube censor rules? Oh, just let us say
Juji!
Number 1. After Varric blows up the back of the train so that he and Bolin can escape, Batar Jr. uses this censored euphemism to describe his wild way of doing things.
I can't believe he actually blew himself up. That man was crazier than a sewer pipe elephant rat.
Fun fact, the real phrase is crazier than a house rat. But of course, it's an animated show for a younger audience, so they had to say crazier than a sewer pipe elephant rat. Weird.
Ah, yes!
Those are my favorite jokes from Legend of Korra, but I want to hear some of yours in the comments section. Like and subscribe to Nerdwire, donate to our Patreon, and I'll be back next week to ruin your childhood.